Here's the supervisor, busy at work. The sun is coming in this afternoon on the floor. It's nice to see the sun shine after all that snow. You can see on the floor by the radio are the things I need to get wrapped up. But right now, the supervisor says, get listing. How you doing, old kit? You ready for your 20th birthday? It's coming up in a few weeks. 20 years old. You're an old kit. All right, back to work.
There's an old curiosity shop. Every once in a while I go by there for the fond recollections that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Well, here's my first discovery of the day. I love this thing. It's only $2.99, and I know I haven't encountered one of these boxes in my life at some point. I don't know who had one, but I know somebody did because I remember it. And I don't know if I want to sell that or not. That's perfect for all my little nuts and bolts and lamp parts and knickknacks, paddywhacks. $2.99, and it's in really good condition. Anybody remember these boxes, where they came from, who made them? Did your granny keep all of her crafting supplies in there? Okay, I'm so excited because that man with the vacuum cleaner is gone. Oh, I'm back here in the furniture department. Oh, let's go look at the bric-a-brac and see what's what. I love this little box. Well, it's a little late in the day for me. I usually like to hit the thrift shops early in the morning, but this is after lunch on this particular day. I spied these teapots, which are modern teapots you can see there, and I'm sure they are collectible and have some value. But you know me, I like the antiques and the vintage. But they're very nicely made, and I thought I would take a look at them anyway. The store was very crowded because the weather was nice. There's a gravy boat. I think it says Austria on the bottom. And a little mini cream and sugar set with the underplate. That said Japan on it. I guess that's that L.E. Smith Moon and Stars. I wonder if that had a lid. I suppose it could have. More teapots. Ooh, do you see what I see? And I'm not singing Christmas songs. There's some EAPG, Early American Pressed Glass or Pattern Glass. And what do you notice about it? It has a sort of a lavender, amethyst, purplish tint to it. Well, a lot of you know that people call that sun glass. And that glass was clear when it was made. As many of you know, some glass will begin to turn purple or lavender after it sits in the sunlight. I believe it's the manganese level inside of the glass that allows it to do that. And it's interesting, in the collecting world, some people love it or they consider that glass ruined. There are many people who will not buy that glass when it turns purple because they feel as though well, that it's ruined. And then other people actually love it and find it very charming. I like it. Small milk or water pitcher there, which was not marked. That's not a piece of Heisey. We're going to see a piece of Heisey later on. There I spy another really nice early pressed glass. Not that. That's that Anchor Hocking stuff. There we go. That. Old piece there of EAPG. Nice one too. And I didn't buy it. The price was right, but you got to check, and I did check down there where the handle is applied. That's an applied handle. There was some damage there, and I don't like damage where handles are applied because it's going to break off. So I didn't buy it. Little pot there. Nicely painted, but it's chipped. Lusterware, of course. Alright, I've moved into another aisle. And it's too bad I spy this hair receiver after I finished my Granny's Vanity. $4. But I'm not going to start collecting Granny's Vanity items for a while. I decided to leave that there. But another nice piece from a dresser set. I have to laugh at Capodimonte. Are you like me? I almost never pay any attention to it because it seems like Capodimonte is always damaged. And yeah, look there. I mean, that stuff is begging to be chipped up within an inch of its life, and I usually just ignore it because it seems to always to be chipped. Now, this is not something I would normally pick up because it's not old, and as you know, well, you may not, but if you're new to the channel, I don't buy and sell modern items. There's lots of them that have value, certainly. It's just not my thing. I stick to stuff that's made usually 1960 or before. Because I love antiques at heart. Those are pretty, nicely painted. I like the colors on them. Mid-century piece of glass there. I can't remember the name of that pattern. A little pricey for that piece. 1930s, 40s, 50s maybe. And then the candlestick aisle. Let's see. Oh, there's the old Falstoria. Baroque is the name of the blank, and that's got some silver overleaf on it. Applied decoration. All right, now I'm in another shop. I've gotten in my car and gone to another location. And a nice little thing to put your bananas in. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Mm-hmm. I think I'll put the Fire King Sapphire Philby in my cart for $3 because one of the little dishes has a lid. I never find those lids. I think those lids sell for about $10, $8 or $9, $10 on eBay auctions. I'm getting a nice little collection of sapphire blue Philby. Ooh, what have I done? Wait a minute. Okay. And now that I believe to be a piece of hazel atlas in their what they called Ritz, R-I-T-Z, Ritz blue maple leaf there. No price. Obviously, it came off, and I just wasn't in the mood to fiddle around with getting a price tag for it. So maybe it'll be there when I go back. I like Ritz blue by Hazel Atlas. A fancy, elegant depression piece there, a big one. Cake plate, I guess, some type of cake plate. And I think you want me to go down there on the bottom rack What a price. Oh, we can't see it. Let's see the price. Well, we can see it's the ruby flashed stuff. Show us the price. I think it was like $7 for the huge punch bowl, and there must have been 20 punch cups in there. Okay, let's have a quick look through the dish aisle. I found one Ritz Blue Hazel Atlas divided plate there. Just one, and I think it was like $2.99. I don't remember. Maybe I'll show you. And it was in good condition, and I didn't, yeah, $2.99. I didn't buy it. I just didn't need one single grill plate, so I decided to leave it where it was. It's a nice plate. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you that stay tuned. We're heading into the kitchen counter in a few minutes, and I'm going to show you the things that I bought today and some things that are newly listed in the old curiosity shop. So I hope that you'll stay tuned until we get to the end of the video. And I just want to thank everyone for watching. Well, okay, folks, I'm back in the kitchen. Let's see what's what. First of all, what I thrifted yesterday, here are the two Anchor Hocking Fire King Sapphire Blue Philby dishes, little refrigerator dishes. Lucky or happy that this one comes with a lid, or that it still has its lid. And then this one doesn't. I'm getting a nice little collection of these. I think I'll hold on to them until my next Granny's kitchen counter thrift haul. So that'll come up later. This is 1950s. Now, these are wonderful flat back, Gothic cut prisms. And these are a nice generous 8-inch here, and then including the bead or the jewel at the top, a nice 9 inches. Now there are 8 of them. Chip and crack free, except you almost always get little tiny wear on these points. That one's the worst one there, but that's pretty normal for that. And if I go down here this way, so the spear is fully cut. We can see now the backs of these are flat. And then there's the fancy Gothic cut there on the front. There's French cut. I guess that's like green beans, right? And these are wonderful. Now they'll sell. I actually was happy to get all 8 of these. And you'll often see these on elegant light fixtures, including lusters, fireplace lusters, and things like that. I'm hoping to get about $40 for the 8 of these. We'll see what happens. And again, you know what? Hey, let's put our shoes on and go to an antique shop and see exactly how these are used. Well, here's a pair of mantle lusters, and I just want to show you that this is what these prisms are normally used for. These very long prisms, and I think this is called a Gothic cut when they're cut this way. So there's actually a pair of these. There's one, and there's the other one. Mantle lusters. Alright, that was fun. We're back. I know one person out there is sitting back in his Barcalounger and roaring with laughter that I actually bought a Jeanette Flora Gold Marigold, because he and I always used to make fun of this. And I know sometimes you guys get mad when I give my opinions, but look, we all have likes and dislikes. And I've never been a big fan of Jeanette's 1950s Flora Gold or Marigold, quote unquote, carnival glass. But such as the iris and herringbone, but it was very popular in the 50s, and a lot of people do like it. And so here it is. Now these are matching candlesticks, very shiny, very glossy. It's just a set that I don't often find. Oh, I didn't tell you who was going to laugh at me. Well, it's my old college roommate, who I speak about all the time, and we have been fiddling with antiques since we were teenagers, and we're now way up in our 50s. So we can joke with each other about this. But here it is, Jeanette. I think it's Jeanette, 1950s. And, oh, I don't know. It's kind of growing on me a little bit. I think I'll hold on to them until next autumn. And maybe I'll like them better with black and orange candles in there. What say you? Could be. The Meridian B, made in Connecticut. Tea service pieces here are finally listed. And boy, we had a lot of fun. And I never gave you an update on the initials. We're not getting into that again. I asked people, what do you think? And 15 people all gave 15 different answers, and they were absolutely certain they were right. So, CP, CS, CF, CT, ASAP, whatever you want. You decide, and of course there is a difference between cursive and script. Yeah. We're not going to get into all of that, but there it is, and I'll let you decide. I'll let you decide whose initials they are on the front. But these are listed finally in the old curiosity shop. Beautiful Meridian and B Company silver plate. They did great work up there in Connecticut. That particular company, I love those. All right, so that's listed. The prisms are listed. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to hold on to these until Granny's Kitchen again. Those are coming next fall. And I'm about to list this. Hopefully when the video goes up, this will be listed. And hundreds of patterns in glass companies, and I don't always remember the patterns. It's Heisey, but I cannot remember if it's Puritan, colonial, Puritan, chrysolite. I just can't remember, but it's one of those Heisey patterns that I should have right in the front of my brain, and it's just not functioning. So I need to look this one up because I can't remember. But it's a beautiful center bowl, a footed center bowl, and this came from the thrift shop yesterday. And of course it would have had candlesticks. I love how skinny it is because it can easily go on top of a fireplace mantle if you choose to. It's just not one of those big wide bowls. The Heisey Glass Company, and that's going to be sometime from 1930s, 40s, 50s. I think Heisey closed their doors in the early 50s, mid 50s, something like that. I'm going to get to the bookends in a minute. Oh, let's do those now. The bookends are listed. Here's a wonderful set in oak. These are polychromed oak wood. You can see the oak back there. The old felt on the bottom. Maker unknown. I love this set, and I was going to keep it for myself, but I've got enough, and I don't want to become a hoarder. So this polychrome set of oak bookends, circa 1920, mid-20s, is ready to go. By the Armor Company over here. I think you saw these before. This is called Fireside Comfort. Let's get you to see the detail on these. Sometimes there is a title on the back, and sometimes there isn't. These are untitled, but it is Fireside Comfort. And the core is a plaster core. And then you can see here, there's a little place there where there was a hook. You see that? And then these are dipped down in bronze. Normally there would be a piece of felt on the bottom. You can see the remnant of it just under the eye hook there. So the plaster is dipped into bronze, and then these are cold painted. And I haven't even gotten in there and dusted. But I love it. So the old man is reading his... If I got fat, that would be me, wouldn't it? If we put Salem under there. He's sitting by his fire, he's got the kettle going. The old mantel clock is ticking. This is very atmospheric, isn't it? And look at the detail. And there's Pup under there. Alright, we'll spin it around. That's the armor mark there for the Armor Bronze Company. And sometimes you'll see the title here, Fireside Comfort. It's not on this one. And this is cold painted. This is the original red paint that's on here. This is in good condition. This is a very nice set of bookends. They haven't been dropped and dented or damaged. And they're extremely heavy. You saw Dante and Beatrice before with some paint loss on there. These are also bookends that have been dipped in bronze. And they, I would leave the paint just like that. It is original, although there is some loss, as I said. And all the fancy bookends are listed. That's not listed yet, and I can't decide. I love this. You can go to the Hallmark store today and buy something similar to it. But this is going to date to the 1920s, and it's reverse painted glass. And I'll let you see how beautiful the wooden frame is. And that's never been out of that frame. That's the original frame and everything. And this is easily something from the 20s. And look how nice the paintwork is on that. Yeah, these are hard to find without the paint being all torn up. You'll notice the McCoy vase back there. It's early McCoy, and it's the real McCoy. 1930s McCoy has been around since the 1800s, but they were making crocks and jugs and utilitarian things. And then sometime around 1932-33, they moved into the art pottery line, and then we see this in the early 30s. It's a beautiful matte glaze. It's all McCoy. No mark on the bottom. Don't worry about it. It's not marked. They didn't mark these pieces. This particular line is unmarked McCoy, and that's the way it was made. I don't know who put that X on there, but that's magic marker. And so I can't remember the name of the designer. I think it was an Englishman who McCoy brought over and did a lot of their early designs in the 1930s and 40s. I really like the matte glaze and the muted colors on this. Now there are no chips or cracks on this, which is wonderful. But you're saying, well, no, wait a minute, Scott, what's going on right there? Well, let's take a look. Yeah, that's under the glaze. So that happened in the factory. You see that? And we can obviously see that this pot was damaged on the edge right there before it was fired. Now, we are talking about the Depression. Yeah, this was not expensive pottery. But you can clearly see that this little owie happened before it was glazed. So that's not damage that occurred after the pot was made, after the vase was made. That might scare some collectors. I like it. I love that that's there. I mean, gives it some character, and it's not considered damage that anyone has done since this pot was made. So I keep calling it a pot, a vase. I have not listed that yet. You give me your thoughts. Do you think people would still be interested in buying it, even with that pre-glazed damage here? And if you really look closely at it, you can see it was not repaired by anyone. Let's get to where... That's not a crack under there. See? You can see. There's no repair done there. Not a valuable piece, and not a piece that anybody would... if somebody were reproducing this, they wouldn't bother to damage it and reproduce one with a nick in it like that. So, came out of the factory like that. But I was asking you what you think. You think I should still list it for sale? That's it. And now finally I promised this wonderful 1920s lamp with the lampshade lit, and I forgot to do it the other day when I Told you I would. So let's turn the lights off and let you have a peek at that wonderful lamp, which I'm keeping, right? Yeah. Go zoom in on it here. There we go. There's the wonderful old base and the pull chain, and my camera is jiggling all over the place. And we go up there and see the light bulb. A mistake a lot of people make with these little tiny decorative lamps. They put a 150-watt light bulb in there, which this was not designed for. All I have is a little, I think that's a little 7-watt, although it may look brighter than that to you, night light type of a light bulb. You're not supposed to read the New York Times by a lamp like this. It's just supposed to give you some warm, atmospheric ambient light for a hallway or the top of a radio, that kind of thing. And there it is. It's really pretty, isn't it? Well, okay, folks, that's it. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop. Tell me what you think about the McCoy vase. And what else do I want you to tell me? Do you like this Florigold, Marigold, 1950s Jeanette stuff? Should I not make fun of it? Should I become a little more appreciative of it? I know all the lights are off here, and you're saying, turn the lights back on. Well, there's one of them. And what else do I want you to tell me? I don't know. Anybody remember the name of that pattern? Is it Puritan? Early American? Chrysolite? I don't know, but it's Heisey and it's good glass. Alright folks, that's it. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great afternoon. It's going to be 70 degrees tomorrow. I can't wait. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop. So long for now.